previous update added powerful tile map tools for adding different kinds of tile layers to the map. Most of the world will be built out of these tile layers, but our world still needed a way to add dynamic elements, and that is what I have to show to you today. Amalgam Engine Update 1.2 adds the Entity tool to build mode, which finally allows us to add things like interactable objects and NPCs. You do this by opening build mode, clicking on the Entity tool, selecting one of the entity templates, and placing that entity in the world. Then you can click on your placed entity and customize its name and sprite. Now, there's a third thing that you can customize, and it's what actually brings this entity to life. That's the initialization script, or init script. This is a Lua script that gets ran on the entity and allows you to add two types of things: behaviors and interactions. Behaviors are anything that the entity does by itself without user interaction. And eventually we'll have an in-engine text editor interface for working with these scripts, but for now we just open them in an outside text editor program. I have Notepad++ here. So we want to add a behavior to this entity, and the example behavior that I came up with was a simple AI that just randomly walks around. We can add this AI to our entity by calling a bound C++ function from Lua. In this case, it's called add random walker AI script. And we have our NPC walking around. Behind the scenes, the entity was reinitialized, stripped of all of its components, and then the new script was ran on it. Our bound C++ function added the random walker AI logic component, and the AI system is now acting on this entity. The second type of thing you can add to an entity is an interaction. And of course, anything you can do in Lua, you can also do in C++. So here is a sunflower entity that's been programmatically built by Repose's plant system. You see that when I mouse over the sunflower, there's an interaction in the top left, replant. When I click the dead sunflower, the action is performed and it's turned back into a sapling, where the plant system can take it back through its stages of growth. So that is an example of an interaction. And your project can add whatever interactions your world wants to support. And you can utilize them both in C++ and in the Lua init scripts. So that's interactions, behaviors, and Lua scripting. And there's so much more gameplay content that I can make using these new features right now. But there's still engine stuff to be done, so I'm staying on that track. But I encourage all of you to hop in and play around with this and to build the Repose project and add your own interactions and behaviors. Now, the next major feature planned is another big, exciting one. It's items and inventory. So look forward to that, and I'll see you next time.